Hello, this is Michael Silva with Silva Consultants. In this video, we're going to talk about physical security assessments. I'm going to start out by telling you a little bit about Silva Consultants and the experience we've had in conducting security assessments for a wide variety of clients. Next, I'll describe what a physical security assessment is and what it is not. Then, I'll talk about some of the benefits that your organization may receive by having a physical security assessment conducted for one or more of your facilities. Finally, I'll provide detailed information about the comprehensive security assessment process used by Silva Consultants. Let's get started. Silva Consultants specializes in conducting physical security assessments. Since 1985, Silva Consultants has conducted more than 350 physical security assessments at a wide variety of different types of facilities, including corporate campuses, hospitals and healthcare facilities, biotechnology and medical research facilities, schools and universities, local government facilities, water districts and other public utilities, warehouses and distribution centers, heavy industrial facilities, high-rise and low-rise office buildings, parking garages and surface parking lots, multifamily and mixed-use buildings, and software and electronic manufacturing facilities. We have also conducted security assessments at gated residential communities as well as at the private homes of corporate executives, celebrities, and other high net worth individuals. So, just exactly what is a physical security assessment? A physical security assessment is a formal examination of your facility's overall physical security program. It can be compared to going to your doctor for a complete physical examination. A physical security assessment uses a structured process that methodically looks at all aspects of your physical security program. No stone is left unturned. A security assessment is best conducted by an independent outside party that can provide an objective, unbiased view. While it is possible for in-house personnel to conduct a security assessment, there is great value in having a fresh set of eyes look at your existing security program. Your senior leadership team is also likely to consider an assessment done by an outside party to be more objective and more credible. So, what are the benefits of conducting a security assessment? A security assessment tells your leadership team what is working well and which areas need improvement. While many consultants focus exclusively on the negative, Silva Consultants also tries to bring to light the things that the organization is doing well. A security assessment can identify areas for potential cost savings and improved efficiencies. In many cases, we can find ways in which security operating costs can be significantly reduced. In other cases, we can find ways in which the existing security program can be made more effective without spending any additional money. A security assessment can help you to identify critical security problems and weaknesses. This allows you to correct problems in advance, reducing your losses and decreasing your potential liabilities. A security assessment can serve as a long-term master plan for future security improvements and upgrades. This will allow you to identify the security improvements that you want to make and let you put together a multi-year plan for implementing these improvements. This can help you in obtaining funding and in budgeting for both capital projects and security operating expenditures. Unless you are making security decisions from an assessment and long-term plan, you are probably making decisions on a reactive rather than proactive basis. Making decisions on a reactive basis can create a security program that is a patchwork of disconnected systems and procedures. This type of security program is often ineffective, confusing, and costly to operate. Having your security program based on a security assessment allows you to make smart, coordinated security investments based on your specific level of security risk. A security assessment is not accomplished with just a piece of software or a checklist. While software and checklists can be useful tools, they alone cannot be used to conduct a meaningful security assessment. A security assessment is not designed to identify wrongdoing or to place blame. When we conduct an assessment, we are looking for facts and ways to correct problems, not looking to point the finger at someone. A security assessment is not, or at least should not be, a disguised attempt to sell you any type of security product or service. When is the best time to have a security assessment conducted? Almost every organization who operates a security program and that is spending money on security equipment or security guards can benefit immediately from having a security assessment done. Therefore, if you have never had an assessment done, we would suggest that you have one done right away. After having had an initial security assessment done, we suggest that you have a follow-up reassessment done on a routine basis at least every 3 to 5 years. A great time to have a security assessment done is just prior to starting the design of a new construction or remodeling project. This allows you to identify security design elements that you may wish to include in the new construction and gives you the opportunity to implement effective security procedures right from the start when the new facilities are first occupied. A security assessment should be conducted whenever significant changes to your business have happened or are anticipated. These could include a major expansion of your company, a downsizing, a merger or acquisition, the taking on of a new product line or service, or a change in your security threat level based on events occurring in your community or in your industry. You may wish to conduct a security assessment after a major theft or significant security incident has occurred at your facility. This may allow you to identify the vulnerabilities that allowed the incident to occur and enable you to take immediate corrective actions. So, how is a physical security assessment conducted? Silva Consultants custom tailors our assessment process based on the specific type of facility that we are assessing. So, for example, the approach we would use on a hospital project would be different than the approach used on a multi-tenant office building, but the general concepts would be the same. In this video, we will describe the procedures that we would use when assessing a typical commercial business facility. Even though some of the items we talk about may not apply to your specific type of facility, this should give you a good idea of how we work. We start out by reviewing any available documents that you may have concerning your existing security program. These may include, but are not limited to, security policies and procedures manuals, emergency plans, employee handbooks, guard instructions and post orders, and security training materials. Some clients have a lot of documents for us to review, others have none at all. We can work with as few or as many documents as you may have. The next step in the process is to conduct security assessment interviews with your employees and other stakeholders. These interviews allow us to learn not only about your security needs, but to obtain a deep understanding of how your organization operates and to become familiar with your organization's unique culture. We will work with you to identify the people within your organization that we would like to interview. The goal is to get a good cross-representation of all the major operating and support departments within your organization. We then do a careful analysis of crime conditions at the specific locations where your facilities are situated to help you establish your level of security risk. This can include a review of security incident reports, police call for service reports, police crime statistics, crime forecast reports, and other types of crime data that may be available. After all pre-survey activities have been completed, we then begin our actual on-site survey work. We begin outdoors and start by examining your overall site conditions. This includes taking a look at things such as landscaping, fencing and gates, perimeter site protection, and security signage. We examine lighting conditions at the exterior of your buildings and in your parking areas. This part of the survey is done at night. This allows us to observe actual nighttime conditions and to take light level readings using a professional light meter. We then conduct a survey of the exterior of the buildings. This includes an examination of doors and lock hardware, windows and exterior access points, and HVAC air intakes. We then move to the interior of the building and begin our interior building survey. We take a look at things such as desks and file cabinets, safes and vaults, shredders, and bins that may be used in conjunction with an on-site shredding service. We take a close look at all of your high security internal areas. This can include things such as computer server rooms, MDF, IDF closets, file rooms, and other special areas that may be unique to your business. Our consultants then take time to observe actual activities and to monitor traffic flow at your facility. This usually includes observation of your employee entrances, main lobby, shipping, receiving, loading dock, mail room, and other critical areas. When possible, we try to conduct our observations in such a manner that they are not obvious to your employees, so we can get a realistic idea of actual conditions. We carefully look at the various types of electronic security systems that you may be using at your facility. These can include access control systems, video surveillance systems, intrusion alarm systems, visitor management systems, and various types of security communication systems. Finally, we look at where it all comes together, the security control room. As part of our assessment, we review the size and condition of the room, the ergonomic conditions, and the overall effectiveness of the security monitoring operation. If your facility has on-site security officers, we carefully review how these officers are used and try to determine the effectiveness of the overall security operation. Specifically, we look at officer qualifications and training, staff levels, post locations and duties, patrol procedures, and supervision. We also take a close look at officer turnover rates, as well as examine any non-security duties that you may have assigned to the security officers. After the on-site survey work is completed, we do detailed research before developing our findings and recommendations. This research can include a look at regulatory requirements, a look at any requirements that may be imposed by your insurance company, a look at industry standards and best practices specific to your industry. These may include CT-PAT, HIPAA, PCI, Joint Commission, or other security requirements imposed by regulatory agencies. Finally, we look at any emerging trends and developments within your industry that may have an impact on security. The Security Assessment Report is a culmination of the security assessment process. It is typically delivered to the client within 15 to 30 days after all on-site survey work has been completed. The assessment reports prepared by Silva Consultants are very comprehensive and typically include between 40 and 100 pages, depending on the type and size of the facilities being assessed. A detailed table of contents is provided at the front of the document. A 1 or 2 page executive summary is provided at the front of each report. This provides a quick outline of what was uncovered during the survey and highlights key findings and recommendations. The executive summary can be useful to give to members of your leadership team who may not want to read the whole report. Detailed findings and recommendations are made within the report. Within the finding, we describe the problem, and within the recommendation, we provide the recommended solution. We try to write all findings and recommendations in plain English and in non-technical terms so that they can be easily understood by anyone. When possible, we provide a picture or drawing that helps to graphically explain each of our recommendations. At the end of each report, we provide a summary of recommendations. In this summary, we prioritize each recommendation and, where possible, give the estimated costs of implementing each of the recommendations. This summary is valuable in preparing long-range security plans and in budgeting for security improvements. After the report is completed, it is sent along to the client for review and comment. When requested by the client, we can also make an on-site presentation of the report to your senior leadership team and other stakeholders. After the security assessment, we can provide additional services to help you to implement some of the recommendations made in the report. These services can include developing bid specifications and RFPs for security equipment or guard services, developing security policies and procedures, providing security awareness training to employees or managers, and providing other assistance as needed to help make your security program a success. For questions about the security assessment process, or to obtain a free quotation of what it would cost to have a security assessment performed at your facility, please call or email us today.